It's starting.
What's starting?
My new series on resilience. The first video comes out today.
So why are you freaking out?
What if it sucks? What if people hate it? What if nobody watches it? I'll be a failure.
You're catastrophizing.
How are you not worried too? This is your channel too, after all.
Look, I'm not telling you not to be nervous. That's fine and normal. I'm telling you that nothing you're doing right now is helpful. Take a breath, recognize how things actually stand right now, and figure out how to expand the reach of your video. It might take some time to get a lot of views. That's okay. You're new at this. Either it'll turn out great or you'll have something to learn from. Either way, this isn't going to kill you. Even if it could, freaking out wouldn't be helpful then either.
You make it sound so easy.
It isn't easy, but you can do it. Come on, you've got a video to shoot. You don't have to feel confident, you just have to act confident long enough to shoot. Hello, and welcome to Black, White, Gray, Yellow. I'm excited. This is the first video in my series on resilience. This series loosely follows the structure of the U.S. Army's Master Resilience Training, or MRT program, for which I am a certified Master Resilience Trainer. I also spent 13 months as my state's State Resilience Coordinator. I want to be respectful of the program, so I've put everything in my own words, and I've expanded upon the course materials with further research throughout this series, so you can share these videos freely. So in this first video, I just want to talk about what is resilience, and why do we have to teach it? What exactly is the purpose of this video series, and what do I hope you will get out of it? Can I count having to sit through this video of some bubbly girl on the internet telling me how to be resilient on my list of things that demonstrates my resilience? You know what? Yes, you can. But to address exactly the idea that some bubbly girl on the internet is about to tell you to just use your resilience skills and argue that that will solve all your problems, let me address some misconceptions that I hear a lot. So the first misconception I want to address is that resilience skills alone can solve your problems. I'm going to address this from a couple of different angles. First, I want to say, while I don't think anyone has ever said that to me exactly before, I have had my own leadership tell me when I went to them with a problem that I just need to use my resilience skills to get through the difficulty. This is not how I want you to try to use these videos. This may be obvious, but resilience skills are tools that help you address a problem or a person or a situation more effectively, or perhaps give you the emotional or spiritual strength to be able to do so. They don't solve the problem for you or for anyone else, and if someone comes to you with a problem that only you can solve, putting the onus back on them to be more resilient is not an effective application of these skills. At the same time, if you have a boss or manager or friend who does this to you, resilience skills can help us recognize that we're the only people that we can control, and give us some strategies to recover from this frustration and try to find another solution. From a different perspective, I want to say this. I know that no matter how compelling my videos are, they aren't going to be able to solve your personal problems, nor any of the big problems of the world today, and I'm not trying to pretend that they are. Instead, my goal is to give you power. I wish to empower you to find the strength to get through one day at a time, to find creative solutions, and to be the change you wish to see in the world. When things are darkest is exactly when the world needs you to rise up, not shut down, to take purposeful action, not give up, to take care of yourself and your loved ones however you have to, and these videos are designed to help give you the skills to find the energy to do just that. The second misconception I want to address is that resilience is about being happy all the time. I hear this a lot. The idea that resilience is about grinning and bearing whatever negativity comes your way, never letting it get to you, well, frankly, that's BS. The truth is that all our emotions, including anxiety, sadness, and even anger, are important and can even be helpful emotions in the right circumstances. The more important question to consider about any emotional response is not if it's good or bad, but whether or not it is helpful. Grinning and bearing a difficult situation is only recommended if that is the most effective strategy for getting you to what you really want. This brings me directly to the third misconception, which is about judgment. Nowhere in this series am I going to judge you for how you respond to stress, nor should anyone trying to teach these concepts, in my opinion. Whether your primary strategy currently is deep breathing, going to the gym, listening to music, or reaching for the bottle, So long as you aren't actually hurting other people, I see the only relevant question as whether or not that strategy is helping you reach your goals. And even if you are taking your negative emotions out on others, which is a problem and maybe why you're watching this series, I'm not going to phrase the issue as one of your moral shortcomings, but as one that isn't helpful for you in the long run. If you're taking it out on your family or friends, I'm sure that's eating you up inside. If you're taking it out on your colleagues and coworkers, you know that's working against your career progression. If you're taking it out on strangers, that still affects how your loved ones see you. We'll go over a bunch of strategies that can help you take back control of your life. And so the last misconception I want to talk about is that this program is meant to replace all existing strategies you already have for coping or dealing with stress. It isn't. In fact, you'll probably identify many of the strategies you already use as among those presented in this series. My goal is to present a bunch of strategies and the research behind them to empower you with more tools that can work for you. You also probably have a ton of other strategies that I'm not going to cover, and those strategies are equally valid and valuable too, so long as they work or are helpful for you. I believe the main purpose of the resilience program in the Army is to serve as essentially a baseline, a crash course to introduce all soldiers to some basic strategies that they can then continue to build on with experience. Some soldiers come from backgrounds where they've had to develop a ton of resilience, even by the age of 17, while other soldiers may have been very fortunate and never had to deal with nearly the same level of difficulty. The same is true of all of us. Some of you watching this may have lost loved ones in horrific ways that I can only imagine, or have had to endure financial hardships that should not exist in first world countries. Or maybe you live in a war zone or adjacent to one, or in an area that could become one. I know that at the time of this recording, we just had a massively consequential presidential election in the US, which means that about half the Western world is some degree of stressed out right now. Others of you may be struggling with far smaller scale, but often equally powerful stressors, such as existential crises, your parents' disappointment, a B in math class. It doesn't matter. These strategies won't solve any of those problems, nor necessarily help you feel better about them, but they can help you get back on your feet and be ready for whatever life throws at you next, to better your situation or seize the next opportunity, and they work equally well no matter how big or small your problem is today. And that's because resilience isn't only about handling the big problems in life, like death or divorce, bankruptcy or homelessness. Resilience is required just as much and much more often to handle all the little stresses that just build up day in and day out. That annoying family member, the toxic coworker, or the just slightly underappreciative boss, the well-meaning child that makes you breakfast and leaves the cleanup for you. Having to choose which important causes you can afford to donate money to this month, or what you'll have to give up to buy your kids yet another new pair of shoes. In short, resilience is just life. It's continuing to live when life is hard. It's adulting when you really don't want to. It's taking one on the chin from the universe when you can't punch the universe back. At its best, it's thriving in the face of adversity. It's finding purpose in the difficulty and making meaning out of overcoming it. But it's also just coping, getting by one day at a time, sometimes 1 hour or minute at a time. Are there really hacks for being able to do this better? Well, yes and no. Nothing that I'm going to present in this series is a new idea, nor are they all guaranteed to work for you. But they absolutely can and do help millions of people a day, and I'm looking forward to hearing success stories from you too. I'll add one additional idea from this book, The Resilience Factor, co-authored by Dr. Karen Rivich, PhD, one of the creators of the Army's Master Resilience Training Program. In Chapter 1, Resilience Matters, she and her co-author, Dr. Andrew Chate, PhD, write, "We want to convince you that the importance of resilience does not stop with recovering from setbacks. You can apply the same skills to creating a more enriching life for yourself. Resilience is a mindset that enables you to seek out new experiences and to view your life as a work in progress. Resilience creates and maintains the positive attitude of the explorer. It confers the confidence to take on new responsibilities at work, to risk embarrassment by approaching a person you'd like to know, to seek experience that will challenge you to learn more about yourself and connect more deeply with others. We call this application of resilience reaching out. By reaching out, your life becomes richer, your connections to others become deeper, and your world becomes broader." So I'm really looking forward to the rest of this series, in which we'll learn specific skills that will help with overcoming, steering through, and bouncing back from adversity, as well as reaching out and enriching our lives. I hope you'll join me. That's all for this introductory video. In the next video, we'll discuss what the Master Resilience Training Program teaches as the 6 competencies of resilience, again correcting some misconceptions. If you want a notification as soon as that video comes out, click the bell icon, or subscribe for quick access to this channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and tell me in the comments what you think of when you hear the term resilience, and whether or not I changed your mind. Until next time. My name is Diana, and this has been Black, White, Gray, Yellow.